In the world of fighter jets, big countries with big budgets build the titans of the sky, F-22S, F-35S, Sukhois. So when Sweden, a small neutral nation, announced it would build its own advanced fighter, the defense world scoffed. How could a country of 10 million hope to compete with the giants of military aviation? Most small nations had long given up on designing their own frontline fighters, opting instead to buy from the US or join multinational projects. But Sweden insisted on independence, determined to maintain its own aerospace industry. Critics called it a costly vanity project, a relic in a world obsessed with stealthy fifth-generation jets. The Gripen was dismissed as a fourth-generation oddity, a horse-drawn carriage at a Formula One race. At arms expos, the Saab boot was an afterthought next to Lockheed Martin and Sukhoi. The narrative was set. The Gripen was a niche player, the underdog from the north, destined to be outclassed. Almost nobody was betting on Sweden's little jet to win. But the Swedes weren't trying to play the same game as the superpowers. They were quietly rewriting the rules, and soon the world would notice. Doubt centered on Sweden's scale and resources. Building a modern fighter jet demands a vast industrial base, thousands of engineers, and a budget to absorb massive overruns. The US had a sprawling military-industrial complex. Sweden had Saab, a respected company, but a minnow among whales. Critics questioned if a single small nation could master everything from advanced aerodynamics to electronic warfare. The Gripen's budget was a fraction of the F-35s, or Eurofighters, which sounded too good to be true. Low cost, they assumed, meant low performance. The design philosophy was ridiculed. Efficiency, ease of maintenance, and operation from highways sounded more like a crop duster than a top-tier fighter. Sweden's neutrality and lack of recent combat experience fueled skepticism. The big players had designs forged in real wars. Sweden's was seen as a theoretical exercise. The Gripen was dismissed as a product of peace, not battle. To many, it was an object of doubt and even amusement. But the Swedes had a different vision, one shaped by their unique needs and environment. They weren't building a showpiece, they were building a survivor. And that would make all the difference. Saab's engineers knew they couldn't outspend or outmuscle the superpowers, so they decided to outthink them. The Gripen's core principle: be the smartest fighter, not the most powerful. They focused on efficiency, using a software-centric approach for rapid upgrades, making the jet adaptable and future-proof. The Gripen is small and lightweight by design, requiring a smaller, more fuel-efficient engine, slashing operational costs. This meant more flight hours, more training, and higher pilot proficiency. Maintenance was simplified. A small team could refuel and rearm the jet in minutes, even on improvised runways. The Gripen was built for chaos, not airshow perfection. Saab sourced proven components internationally: an American engine, British radar, European electronics, integrated with their own software. This plug-and-play approach avoided massive R&D costs and ensured reliability. The result? A pragmatic, clever, and relentlessly efficient fighter. It wasn't about national pride. It was about survival and smart engineering. The Gripen was more than the sum of its parts. It was a new way to think about air power, and it was ready for anything. The Gripen's unique strength came from Sweden's Cold War strategy of dispersal. Expecting air bases to be destroyed in an invasion, Sweden designed the Gripen to operate from hidden airstrips and even public highways. Large canards and rugged landing gear allowed short takeoffs and landings on rough surfaces. Maintenance was streamlined for field conditions. No hangars, no specialized tools, just speed and simplicity. The jet could be refueled and rearmed by a handful of conscripts in the middle of nowhere. This road warrior concept gave the Gripen unmatched tactical flexibility. It could pop up where least expected, close to the front lines, and vanish just as quickly. The jet, built to survive a Soviet invasion, became one of the world's most adaptable fighters. For years, the Gripen's reputation was built on exercises and brochures, until Libya 2011. Sweden sent 8 Gripens to join NATO's no-fly zone, flying alongside F-16 JAS, Rafales, and Typhoons. Skeptics Instead, the Gripens became one of the most effective units, flying over 650 missions with near-perfect readiness. Their small crews and simple logistics outperformed more complex jets. The Gripen's sensors and data links provided critical real-time intelligence, stunning NATO commanders. The little jet that was supposed to be a minor player became a key asset. The underdog had arrived and silenced its critics. Libya proved the Gripen's reliability. Red Flag in Alaska proved its lethality. In the world's toughest air combat exercise, the Gripen faced off against America's best F-16S, F-15S, even the stealthy F-22 Raptor. Expectations were low, but the Gripen's agility, powerful radar, and advanced Meteor missile made it a deadly opponent. Its electronic warfare suite confused enemy radars, making the jet a digital ghost. Gripen pilots achieved simulated kills against top-tier adversaries, even challenging the F-22. The secret smart tactics, advanced electronics, and a platform designed for adaptability. The world realized the Gripen wasn't just a budget option. It was a world-class fighter. The laughter had stopped. The Gripen's secret? Simplicity and smart design. Imagine a rally car, tough, easy to fix, always ready to race. That's the Gripen. Its sensor fusion gives pilots a single clear picture of the battlefield, freeing them to focus on fighting. The Meteor missile, with its ramjet engine and two-way data link, lets the Gripen strike at long range and redirect in flight. Every part of the jet is designed to work together efficiently. Performance, cost, reliability, and technology in perfect balance. Low operating costs mean more training. Simple maintenance means more time in the air. The Gripen isn't the fastest or stealthiest, but it's always ready, always lethal. It's a holistic approach. The smartest fighter isn't always the biggest or most expensive. The Gripen proves that clever design can outmatch brute force. It's a system built for real-world combat, not just for show. In the end, it's the jet that spends more time fighting and less time in the hangar that wins. That's the Gripen's edge, and that's why it's feared. The Saab Gripen's journey is proof that clever design can triumph over brute force and big budgets. Once dismissed, it's now a benchmark for efficiency and capability. Air forces worldwide look to the Gripen as a model for affordable, credible air power. Countries like the Czech Republic, Hungary, South Africa, Thailand, and Brazil have all chosen it for its reliability and value. The Gripen's export success is built on performance, not politics. The new Gripen E takes the philosophy further: more power, better radar, and even greater adaptability. It remains affordable, easy to maintain, and upgradable for decades to come. The underdog story continues, inspiring small nations and humbling the giants. The laughter has turned to applause. The Gripen changed how the world thinks about air power, proving that the smartest fighter isn't always the loudest, but the cleverest.